From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, India has a spellbinding mosaic of culture, tradition, languages and an extraordinary mingling civilization. Keeping its age-old culture maintained, today the country is taking huge strides in the path of development. Hello, I'm your host Skyrim Zimik, and today in our episode of My India, we bring you some of the stories that will give a glimpse of our country's diversity. Ranging from harvest festivals to the one dedicated to several gods and goddesses, India celebrates a number of festivals throughout the year. So today we take you to witness the auspicious festivities of Chhath Puja, which was recently celebrated with great joy and enthusiasm in northern part of the country.
Observed on Kartik Shukla Shashti, Chhath Puja traces its origin to prehistoric Vedic times and has now got a special significance as a folk festival. Though dedicated to the sun god, devotees also worship his younger sister Chhati Maiya, commonly known as goddess Usha, during the 4-day festival. It holds immense significance for married women who observe fast, present religious offerings to the sun god and maintain utmost cleanliness throughout the occasion. The rituals and traditions of the festival are very hard, as the devotees need to fast for 36 hours without a single bite of food or a drop of water. On the first day, also known as Nahai Khai, devotees or vratis take a bath particularly in the river Ganga and bring the holy water of the river to make prasad at home.
आज के दिन होता है जैसे कि नहा खा, आज से शुरू हो गया। आज का जो है ना हम लोग मतलब एंट्री हो गए, आज से हम लोग छठ के आह्वान में। आज के बाद हम लोग का 3 दिन 4 दिन का व्रत रहेगा। मेन व्रत आज से स्टार्ट हो गया है।
On the second day, also known as Kharna, vratis make offerings that comprise of kheer made of jaggery, puris, chapatis and bananas, besides observing Nirjal fast, that is without water fast for the whole day. Then, after worshipping Chhati Mai, also known as goddess Usha, they break the fast by eating the prasad, which is then distributed among the family members and neighbors.
अभी हम लोगों ने पूजा किया और खरना का पूजा सब लोग भी करने आ ही रहे हैं और सबको टीका किया जा रहा है।
अब इसके बाद क्या होगा?
इसके बाद हम लोग थोड़ी देर ये सबको प्रसाद बांटेंगे, फिर सब लोग आएंगे प्रणाम करने, सबको टीका किया जाएगा और प्रसाद दिया जाएगा।
The toughest day is the 3rd day of Chhath, when devotees, mostly women, observe a rigid fast where they neither consume water nor food. In the evening, they go to the bank of the river or pond, carrying along with them dowry, a basket made up of bamboo sticks in which they keep the offerings that comprise of tekua, puri, coconut, banana and other seasonal fruits. After this, devotees offer Sandhya Arg to sun god with their families.
बहुत इंतज़ार रहता है और बहुत खुशी रहती है अंदर से, और छठ की जो इतनी कृपा है वो सूर्य भगवान की, वो शक्ति पूरी मतलब मिल जाती है, तो छठ का पता ही नहीं चलता।
Bihania is the final day of the holy festival, on which devotees gather at the bank of the river early in the morning to offer morning offerings to the rising sun, following which they break their fast. During all the 4 days, devotees observe purity and live frugally and thank Sun God and his wives for showering blessings and sustaining life and energy on earth.
हमने प्रार्थना की ये आने वाला वर्ष हमारे लिए बहुत अच्छा बीते और हमारे परिवार के लिए सुखमय हो और सारे संसार के लिए भी सुखमय हो।
Chhath is considered as one of the most significant and auspicious festivals of northern Bihar and in parts of the neighboring Uttar Pradesh and Jharkhand, in which devotees pray to the rising and setting sun for the well-being and prosperity of their children and spouse. With time, the festival has also gained popularity in metropolitan cities as people from these states migrate in large numbers to make a living.
Sufism has entrenched itself at the center of cultural and spiritual life in India. The Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir serves as the richest reservoir of this tradition, and this can be well witnessed during a number of different Sufi events and summits organized all over the territory. Recently, a Sufi cultural show was organized in Srinagar city of the territory that gave out loud the teachings of oneness and harmony propagated by Sufi saints. Take a look.
Sufism has a history in India, evolving for over 1,000 years. The Sufi teachings of divine spirituality, cosmic and religious harmony, love and humanity have always resonated with common people and still do so today. Since years, different events and summits have been propagating these great beliefs and have been uniting people for different religious communities. Recently, a Sufi cultural show was organized in Srinagar city to promote Sufi culture in the city and bring together people from different faiths.
इसका मकसद अगर देखा जाए तो हम भी पिछले 2-3 साल से इसके साथ चलते आ रहे हैं। इसका मकसद यही है कि जो यूथ है, आजकल की जनरेशन है, उनको अपने हबीब की तरफ बुलाए, उनको अपने जो औलिया किराम की तालीम है, जो उन्होंने दीन पे मेहनत की है, उनकी तरफ बुलाए और उस पे गौर व फिक्र करने की उन्होंने एक तालीम दी है।
Named as Sufi Virasat, the show was organized to revive the cultural history of the valley. Renowned singers from all over the valley gave Sufi music performances. People of all religious communities from all over the territory attended the event as a symbol of harmonious bond shared among them.
सूफी बुजुर्ग जो है, जितने भी हैं, उन्होंने हमेशा अमन के लिए काम किया और मोहब्बत प्यार, उसके सिवा कुछ भी नहीं। नफरत का तो सवाल ही नहीं। हम उस चीज़ को ही आगे करते हैं।
Sufism has a glorious past in India, and it has not only played a major role in shaping art, dance and culture of the country, but has also tied people of different religious communities with a common knot of harmony.
Now a roundup of some of the major stories that made news recently.
Priests in the Padmanabhaswamy temple in India's southern state of Kerala took the idols of Hindu god Vishnu from the royal palace of Travancore to the temple and to meet the devotees across the town in a colourful procession. The traditional Arattu procession marked the end of a 10-day festival that began from the temple and continued till the royal palace of King of Travancore, Marthand near Shangumugam beach. Local residents and tourists gathered to watch decorated temple elephants, singing devotees, traditional costumes and colourful festivities. Sri Padmanabhaswamy temple is one of the richest temples in the world. It is a tradition for the devotees to parade the god across the city twice a year so that they can witness the problems and grievances of their subjects. For about 5,000 women vendors, their stalls at Nupi Kaithal or the 16th century market run only by women is a matter of pride, as it breaks the stereotypes of the society in India's northeastern Manipur state. Almost all the stalls at the market in the state's capital Imphal are solely run by women for over 50 years, making it only one of its kind in all of Asia.
Kun mari mga sure ni re kuire da sidi yang kuire sidi akoi ka koi pokwa hala hangi dagi phaswal war dai dagi adum phama bajan ima ka chenje phamje haira kanagi loi chuna ba yole sida.
In a country where the male-dominated culture views sons as assets or breadwinners for the family, in Manipur women enjoy a prominent position in business and society. Historians say, as the men from the state were mostly engaged in wars with the Chinese and Burmese, the Manipuri women bore the responsibility of supporting their families. Blooming saffron flowers in Pampo town of Jammu and Kashmir are attracting tourists from different parts of country. Delighted visitors clicked pictures and gained information about the flower as they stopped their vehicles at highway to enjoy the beauty of the saffron fields.
ये बहुत ही बढ़िया है, बहुत ही खूबसूरत लग रहा है और ये नवंबर महीना सैफरन का स्पेशली नवंबर महीना है, अक्टूबर नवंबर के बीच में ये इसका क्रॉप होता है, तो हम एग्जैक्टली वही टाइम पे आए हैं. तो वी आर वेरी फॉर्चुनेट इनफ टू सी this saffron blooming in the fields.
Saffron is one of the world's most expensive spices. Kashmir's cool climate and rich soil with excellent drainage and organic content make the location an ideal thriving ground for this spice. But any vagaries of the weather can spoil the entire crop.
And now we will take you to Ajmer city of Rajasthan, where the Urs of Ghaus Park was recently organized, which was attended by people of all faiths as a gesture of religious harmony between them.
Situated on the hilly city of Ajmer, the Chilla of Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani or Ghaus Park has served as a cynosure of religious harmony for generations. Regarded as one of the greatest Sufi saints, Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani throughout his life spread the message of Sufism and peace. To perpetuate his teachings of oneness and communal harmony, a special prayer was recently conducted at the shrine that was attended by people of different faiths.
तमाम अजमेर ज़िले से और तमाम कई जगह से यहाँ ज़ायरीन शिरकत करने आते हैं और हाज़िरियाँ देने आते हैं.
The Dargah of Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani is located in Iran. It's been said that a brick from the walls of the Dargah was bought from Iran and a chilla was thus established in Ajmer city. Every year, a 3-day urs is organized at this chilla to perpetuate his teachings and seek blessings of the saint. Sufi singers also sing qawwalis in the praise of the great saint. Coming from far and wide, these devotees attended the prayers to seek the blessings of holy saint.
अभी इन दिनों में घोष पाक का उर्स मुबारक था. उस मुबारक के रूप में यहाँ सभी तरह के लोग यहाँ आते हैं और ख़ास हजरत की ये खासियत थी कि ये मुर्दों को भी जिंदा कर देते थे और कई इनकी खासियत थी जिसकी वजह से लोग यहाँ उर्स पर आते हैं और काफ़ी तादाद में लोग यहाँ पधारते हैं. अजमेर एक धार्मिक नगर है, यहाँ सभी जाति और सभी धर्मों के लोग रहते हैं. यहाँ ख्वाजा मईनुद्दीन चिश्ती की दरगाह है और सबसे बड़ा पुष्कर के अंदर ब्रह्मा जी का मंदिर है और उस मंदिर के और ख्वाजा साहब की दरगाह में सभी जाति सभी धर्मों के लोग आते हैं.
It is believed that saint fulfills the wishes of all and nobody returns empty-handed from here.
Museums and galleries are not only a place to socialize and have fun, but are also a great way to get an insight in the history and culture of our country. In order to provide a revisit in the glorious history of Eastern Coastal Railways in India, a rail museum named the Kalinga Rail Heritage Museum has been opened in Bhubaneswar city of Odisha.
It's been said that history belongs to the past, but understanding it is a duty of the present. Reviewing and reliving history plays an important role in shaping the mindset of the society and helps us realize the glory that our past holds. A major role in shaping the history of India is that of the Indian Railways, which is the largest rail network in the world currently. In order to educate people of Odisha regarding the glorious history of Eastern Coast Railways in India, the state's first Rail Heritage Museum has been opened in Bhubaneswar city.
This Kalinga Rail Museum not only displays how the railway system evolved, it was very necessary for us to remember our history, to locate our history so that people know what part railways played in the freedom movement, how the famous leaders of the freedom movement like Mahatma Gandhi ji, Jawaharlal Nehru ji, other people used the mode of transport of railways to come and launch the freedom movement activities in this part of the country. These were documented here and there, but were very difficult to access for even us. Public certainly did not have access to them. So the very important purpose was that we'll bring out the history of the freedom movement in this part and the role of railways in that freedom movement in Odisha and nearby territories.
The museum has been inaugurated with a motive of preserving the long and vibrant history of railways along with showcasing the rich heritage of Eastern Coastal Railways India. Old equipments, instruments, technological devices and models have been preserved in this museum through an impressive display of artifacts, models and photographs. In the indoor section, various documents, old manuals, railway maps, equipments and photographs from the early days of railways have also been put on display along with different documentaries, postage stamps and logos. Locals were enthralled to visit the museum and learn about the history of railways in the country.
हमारे पहले जो चीज़ें यूज़ होते हुए हैं, कितने सभी नए टेक्नोलॉजी जो आए हुए हैं वो कहाँ से है वो सब हमें पता चला और कितने महान लोग इधर आके रेलवे को आए थे और कितने चीज़ें यूज़ हुए हैं, कुछ एंशिएंट मॉन्यूमेंट्स, राइटिंग्स ये सब पता चला है और बहुत एंजॉय भी किया मैं इधर जानकर कुछ चीज़ें.
It is through museum and galleries like these that the upcoming generations are gaining knowledge about the glorious past of our country, India.
At last, we bring you a few short stories about the recent developments and happenings from around the world in our section of World in Focus.
Japanese company Idemitsu Kosan has come up with a new business model where it is utilizing the existing 6,300 gas stations in Japan. It is called Smart Yorozuya, which means one-stop shop and service. At gas station of Shizuoka Prefecture, a facility of brain MRI service is being provided. The purpose of this service at the station is preventive medical emergency, which will contribute in keeping good health of the people.
こうやって身近でいろんなことが受けられるってことは素晴らしいことなんでね、もっともっと広がるといいと思いますけど。
Gas stations are within the reach of local residents, and Idemitsu Kosan recognized this fact and used it to develop their new business model. The Royal Botanical Gardens in Kew, southwest London, were illuminated with festive light a day ahead of welcoming the people. This year's Christmas at Kew returns for its 9th year, with both old and new installations.
nobody has actually been able to count them all. There's so many, but it's a longer trail, it's a longer route, and every year we strive to bring something new. This year we've got some amazing new installations. We have Spheric, which is a 15-metre spheric dome across the lake. It's absolutely stunning. We have an installation called Aurora on Holly Walk, and it replicates the Aurora Borealis. It's absolutely stunning. So yeah, every year, bigger, better.
In addition to returning and popular installations such as the Fire Garden, with over 150 heads of fire, and the Christmas Cathedral, that is made up of a 30-metre long promenade of LED vines, the 2021 event showcases brand new sights. Furukawa Electric is providing a detecting system of aging for the municipal government and manager of the road conditions. This Michi 10 service will provide the efficiency of the maintenance cycle for roadside equipment while using original digital transformation technology.
動画と色経度情報というのをまず基礎にして、そこから例えば道路付属物がこれが何の種類に当たるか、その損傷度合いがどうか、それの位置情報はどうか、地図上での位置はどうかといったさまざまな複数の情報というものを一つの情報になるようにデータをパッケージングします。実際の認識自体は人間の方が得意なので人間にやってもらう。ただしその後に情報をたくさん紐付けたり同一性を担保しながら紐付けるというところはシステムによるサポートを受けつつ1万、2万といったデータで間違いなく情報を整理するということをしております。
Furukawa Electric's original digital transformation technology and human know-how integration service Michi 10 contributes to keeping safe and sustainable traffic conditions. To celebrate the unprecedented success of South Korean drama Squid Game, Netflix put on a special screening in Hollywood. The show about impoverished people playing a deadly game to win a fortune has been Netflix's most popular show ever.
정말 믿겨지지가 않고요. 정말 이 정도로 성공할 줄은 너무 몰랐고 이 정도로 사랑해 주실 줄은 정말 몰랐고 제가 여기 와서 정말 느끼는 거지만 너무너무 감사드립니다.
There are talks about the second season, which according to reports is in its initial and brainstorming stages. Squid Game is currently streaming on Netflix.
That's all we have for you this week. Your comments and suggestions are important to us. Do give us your feedback at myindia@anin.com. I'm your host Karim Zimik, and it's goodbye from the entire production team.